First of all, good afternoon to everyone. Students, today I am going to discuss data types and operators. But before that, you must have to know, my dear, what is a token. Okay, token is a yes, token is very important, my dear, for your Java. Okay, so first of all, you have to know what is a token. If I'm saying token, then it is the smallest unit. What the smallest unit that you have in a program, that will be called as a token. Okay, now what can be, if I'm saying that a token, that there will be for many types of tokens. So what it can be? First, the keywords. Actually, students, keywords are the reserved words. Okay, that words you cannot use it, like for, yes, int, float, double, while, abstract. So these are the keywords that you will never use. Okay, these are the reserved words that will be used by the Java. Okay, public, protected, final. Okay, now the next token is your identifier. Generally, identifier we are using for our class for our variables name. Okay, third one, literals. Okay, so in literals you have the data types. Okay, I will discuss these all literals. Okay, now the next one is a punctuator. Okay, like you have some punctuators. Okay, in Java. Same way you have the operators. If I'm saying punctuator, can you tell me what are the punctuators? Can you tell me? Your comma, your semicolon. Okay, you can say curly brace, small bracket. These all are actually punctuator. You can say this one as the separator also. Sometimes we say the punctuator as the separators. Okay, now the next part, that is your operator, that also I will cover here. So main topic I am going to cover, my dear. So first topic, that is my data type, that is flashing on your screen. Okay, students, whenever you are going to select your data type, you have to be very careful. As I warned you in SQL also. Okay, like varchar and char, where you have to use char and where you have to use varchar. Same way, if suppose I want a small value to be stored, then I should go for byte. Okay, I will be giving you the range. By that itself you can understand whether I should have this value for my byte, for my short, for my integer, or for long. Okay, now just now you can see, my dear, what is data type. Data type states the way the values of that data type are stored, the operations that can be done on that type, and the range for that type. Okay, first one that I have shown you here, that is my numeric data type, where you can have the calculation work. Okay, where you will store the number, maybe for your roll number, maybe for your employee ID, if it is numeric one. Okay, now see the range. Now you can see the table, my dear, which is showing the range of numeric data type. First one is your byte. This is the smallest, okay, size for your numeric data type. You see, first one, this is my byte, which has the range from -128 to 127. Okay, that means small values can be used. Okay, next one is my sort. Listen, student, either you use a single digit, double digit, or triple digits. In each one, your 1 byte will be occupied. Okay. Now sort, it is of 2 byte. Okay. And your range is between this. Okay. That means you can use rate. Okay. You can use your yes, a percentage also. Okay. Percentage, not you can say total, where you have the values more than 128, 129. So in that case, you will go for the sort one. Okay. Now, next one is my integer data type, which will occupy 4 bytes, but it will give you big number. Okay. Whenever you are going to do the calculations, big calculations, then you can go for that. And the last one, that is 8 byte, a big calculations, scientific calculations. Okay. Big calculations without fraction. Then in that case, you will go for the long one. Okay. So these are what? Without the fraction, integer value. But where we have to touch the decimal, after the decimal part, okay, then we must have to go for the floating data type. Okay. Now you can see on the screen. Now in float one, you have the decimal point. Okay. Now see, first one is your float data type and other one is your double one. See student, if you want small values, okay, with the decimal, okay, up to 2 places, whatever that is up to you, then in that case, you must go for the float data type. But big, with a fraction one, then you must go for your double. Now, students, the next one is character data type. Okay, you must be remembering there in SQL, when we store the char data type, I just said you use either the single quote or use the double quote. Both means the same in MySQL, but in NetBeans it will differ. When you want one letter to be stored and that should be as a character data type, then you must have to use this way. Like suppose Y. This will be my character data type. And when you want to have your name, suppose Ravi, this will be your string. Okay. When you want one letter to be stored and that should be as a character data type, then you must use the single quote. Okay. You must use the single quote. You can see here. And when you want to store your string data, then you must have to use the double quote. Now, this type of question is coming, my dear. What is the difference between single quote Y and double quote Y? Then many of you will say that sir has explained what? That single letter that will be stored, that will be character. So you will say what? This one is the character one, and this one you will also say the character one. No. What I said, if you have the double quote, either it is a single letter or more than one letter, then it will be said as string data type. And when you have the single quote, and in single quote only, minimum and maximum only one you can write. So that will be your character data type. Okay. Now, next topic is my operator. Okay, here I will be discussing, as you already done this topic in MySQL. So here also you have to know it. When I'm talking about the operators, okay, so what are operators? Actually, generally we are using the operators, yes, to combine or compare values. Even we use this one for manipulation work also. Okay, now the first operator that I'm going to discuss here is assignment operator. Students, be careful. Again, here one more important topic I'm going to discuss. See what is. You must have to write it. A equal to 1. A double equal to 1. Okay. Actually, you have to know what is the difference. What is the difference between the first statement and the second statement? See. First statement is having the assignment operator. This is my assignment operator, but this one is my relational operator. First statement will store value 1 to variable A, but the second statement will compare the value whether A value is 1 or not for checking. So here it is the relation. This type of question also coming. What is the difference between single equal and double equal? Single equal is the assignment operator. Double equal to is the relational operator. Okay. First one, single equal is used to assign any value to a variable. Double equal sign is used to compare the value, okay, with the variable. Okay, I'm comparing here 1, whether 1 is equal to the value of A equal to 1 or not. That is. Got it? Now, next one is my arithmetic operator. So wherever you want to do such operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, I already use. Yes, yesterday I discussed a program. Okay, in that I use these operators. So there will be your which type of operator used. That will be your mathematical operator, or you can say arithmetic operator. But one more operator that you have to know. This I have not discussed yesterday. This one is this symbol. Okay. So this symbol is used to find out the remainder. Okay. Whenever you want to find out the remainder, in that case, we will use percentage. So where I'm giving you hint, when we have to check whether my number is even or odd, in that case, I will use this one. I will show when I will discuss the program, these all topics I will explain. Okay. Now, next one is the relational operator. Just to watch. Yes, there are different operators there in the relational operator. Okay. Now, see. You can see. First one you can see, my dear, double equal to. Already I said. Yes, for comparing one. It is not equal to. Where you have to use not equal to. A not equal to 1. Then you run this one. It means when the value of A will be 2, run. Okay. When A will be 3, run. But when the A value will be 1, don't run. Okay. Because here I am saying A not equal to 1. Okay. Then process. And if you get A equal to 1, stop. Okay. This generally we are using in looping. I will discuss. Whenever I will discuss the program construct, in program construct, we have iteration that is called looping. There I will discuss, yes, this operator also. Okay. Next one is greater than. Everyone is knowing. A is greater than B, B is greater than C. Here what we are doing, we are just comparing this one. Here also we are comparing. If A is greater than B, then visit here. Okay. Now same way less than also, but here greater. You know, in my keyboard, there is no this symbol. See, greater than, equal to. This symbol is not available. But we have to use greater than equal to, less than equal to in Java. So in that case, we will use the two letters. One the greater one, another one is equal. Same way for less than equal to also. Okay. Now student, my next topic is logical operator. Students, mathematical operator, it is understood. Relational, when to compare it. Now, when I will be using the logical operator, when you have to join the two expression, okay, like if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then print your A as the biggest number. Here, what I am doing, my dear, A is greater than B and A is greater than C. I'm joining this A is greater than B. First expression, A is greater than B. Sorry, C. Second expression. And these two expressions I'm using, adding it by the help of logical operator. Okay. So for doing this, like, see, for doing this, we use this sign, double ampersand. This is for and, this is for or, and this is for not. Okay. And the last operator, you have shorthand operator also. Okay. I will discuss shorthand also. Okay. Now, next one is bitwise operator. Just now you can see bitwise operators are used to perform manipulation of individual bits of number. They can be used with any, yes, integer type. That means that can be the character short integer. Okay. They are used when performing update and query operations of binary index tree. Yes, we will be not using, because this is not given in our syllabus to do the programming. Okay, related with this one. Okay. So, but you have to know, questions can come. Okay, what is a bitwise operator? Then you have to write, yes, it is differentiation. Okay. Now, yes, I was talking about the shorthand operator. Okay. Just you see. Students, just now I've said you shorthand operator. Just I'm writing. Okay, actually it is taking time, my dear. So I will write directly here. Okay, you will see here. Here I will write. Okay, I will increase the size. Okay, see here, A equal to A plus 10. Okay, sorry, because sign is different. Yeah, same. You know, Java is case sensitive. Capital and small will be treated as different. Okay. Now A equal to A plus 10. This is my simple way to write or to increase the value of A by 10. But if anyone asks, you go for the shorthand operator, then how the way I will write it? A plus equal to 10. Okay, let me increase the size. Understood? This way I will write. This is called the shorthand operator. If it is A equal to A, okay, let me zoom it. Okay, if it is A equal to A minus 6, then I can use A minus equal to 6. Yes, is it clear, my dear? This is my shorthand operator. Students, there are other operators also. Okay. Now I'm going to discuss increment and decrement. Okay. So this also operator we are using. Okay. So how we can use increment and decrement? See students, actually main topic I have discussed, but some more operators I am also discussing. This you have to know it. If suppose A is equal to A plus 1, and I want to increase the value by 1, then I can use plus A, or I can use A plus also. This means that your value is going to be increased by 1. But many of the students, they will think that A equal to A plus 2. Then in that case, instead of giving just 2 plus sign, I will give 4 plus sign. No. Whenever you are using increment and decrement, that will be done only by 1, plus 1 or minus 1. So where it is a plus 1, there you can have double plus sign, okay, before or afterward. But one is the prefix and other one is the postfix, okay. So that also I will discuss, my dear. You see, this is my expression, you see, okay. Simple way I am going to show you, okay. This is my A, whose value is 2. Okay, my initial value of A is 2. Now, what I am going to do? Here I am going to use S. S equal to now S equal to A plus, now see here, plus A plus A minus plus wait. And then plus A. Now students, you have to find out the value of S. Okay, please be careful. One is the prefix, another one is the postfix. If prefix say that first take action and then update it, and the postfix say no, first give the result of yes that a variable and then add by 1. Got it? Now see, please be careful, very important, my dear. Here what is the first value of A? It will be 2. Okay, 2 plus. Now what I said, prefix means what? First add and then give the value of A. Now what is my A here? 2. But I have used plus A. That means 2 plus 1, it will become here 3. Okay. Now the new value of A is 3. Now plus. Now here it is saying no, first print A and then you subtract by 1. So what is my A? 3. 3. Okay, but when it will reach here, the value of A will become as 2. Okay, it is saying first display it and then subtract it by 1. So A will become 2. Now plus. Now A has become 2, but it is saying no, first add 1 to A to display the result of A. That earlier was 2, but it will become as 3. Now your answer is 11. But if there will be one changing, my dear, you see, my dear, instead of this, if I would have written A plus, then my result will be different. You see here, A is will be 2. First time the A value is 2. Okay, plus, here it is saying add a new, add value. What add? Plus 1. So when A will be plus 1, then what will become A? 3. Okay, plus. Now till here you have got 3. But here it is saying in this one that first print 3 and then deduct by 1. So 3 minus 1, 2. Now the value of A is 2. But see here, in this case, it is saying first display A and then add it. Then what is A my here? 2. Now you calculate it, your answer will become as 10. Okay. So this way you can solve such type of expression. I hope, my dear, you have understood these all topics. Thank you, my